A very good afternoon to all the students and Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are doing good back home, right? So, amid COVID-19 lockdown, it's better to learn different things, right? And the things we are very eager to learn or we ever wanted to learn, right? So, programming is not only for those who want to become programmers, right? What we guys learn in programming is searching for solutions rather than crying for problems, right? So first of all, before we start with the session today, I want to tell you that each and everyone can be a programmer. Why is Python so famous today? Python is not famous that it has something else or it has something that other programming languages do not have, right? It has it's famous because it's very easy. Even a 8th class, a ninth class, or anyone who does not have any prior knowledge of Python can start like a pro. And all those who start do not only watch the lecture. I repeat, do not only watch the lectures, understand them, right? Because we are very fond of, maximum students in India are very fond of memorizing things and passing examinations. You'll have to change your approach, right? So rather than memorizing, it's better to understand. And once we understand, we will practice and we will utilize the time, right? Because you won't be what you want to be by remaining what you are. A change is necessary, right? And understanding programming not only increases problem solving skills, but it also increases your abstract thinking. It also gives you an edge over others, right? To know how applications work, what is the difference between a markup and programming, right? And learning has no age at all, right? Learning never stops, and it's basically your passion and the passion for to gain knowledge and to acquire more and more and more, which is going to make you guys a professional, right? And why are programmers or IT professionals paid high today? Right, because they provide solutions to business. Now, what is the solution? You have bank, right? You need the statement for 10 years. Now imagine if there is no computer back inside the bank, and you go inside the bank and you ask for statement or maybe account statement of 2 years, 3 years, maybe 10 months, right? Now let's imagine it without computers. Without computers, what you have to do, take all the ledgers and take all the manpower, maybe 10 12 people, may take around 10 to 15 days to write down each and every transaction that you have made, and they may give you that statement after 10 days and charge you maybe 10,000 rupees per statement because it has consumed a lot of manpower, right? But using computers, you go to bank today and you ask for statement, and using a single click they give you that. Now that is problem solution. The problem of the bank was maintaining accounts without even wasting too much of manpower and resources. Now humans are being replaced by machines. You can see that a successful machine or a successful robot in front of you, that's ATM machine, right? Tellers are losing jobs in banks. Why? Because now we have machines doing job of tellers. They're giving cash. We said, okay, fine, now not only cash, what if I have to deposit cash, right? You used to go to bank. Now it has been replaced with as that of CDM machines, cash deposit machines. So now computers are basically doing the job of humans up to the maximum extent. But yes, we still have to remember it's humans who have created computers, right? Not the computer created any human, right? So we have to understand every one of us has the capacity. Every one of us has brains to learn, to apply, to deploy IT skills in their daily lives. If you're not doing a job for IT company, yet IT will come inside your job, right? And I will try to go as low as possible, considering the fact that you're not in front of me, right? I'm not watching you so that I can see how many students or how many out of you are attentive, right? I don't see that. So considering that, I shall try and go as low as possible. Once you are familiar with the technology, once you get hands on the technology, then we can catch up a speed of maybe we'll catch up with the speed and try and go a bit faster. But everything depends upon your recommendations. Your feedback is very important for us, right? Let us know in the comment section, right? If you want any change in the delivery process, if you want this to be delivered in some other way, right? If you want us to go fast or you want us to go slow, right? Your feedback will be highly appreciated, and we shall be content enough to deliver you up to the maximum extent possible under our institution. And regarding me, my name is Fahim Khan. I am the senior instructor for artificial intelligence and Python training at NIIT Srinagar, and I shall be content for you guys, and I shall try and help you guys up to the extent possible under me. But this is a two-way process, it's not a one-way process, right? Because since your instructors are not before you, they're not watching you, right? So you need to encourage your instructors by responding to the queries that they ask, responding to the questions that they ask, right? And as I said, it is for absolute beginners, right? It doesn't matter what your knowledge or your previous knowledge of Python is. It really doesn't matter. If you know programming or you do not know programming, I'll try and touch basics and try and go as slow as possible. Is that understood? All right. So let's get started. First of all, let's take a look at Python in the job market. What is the demand of the industry when it comes to Python? Now you can see it here. Technical support engineer, Python and Django, both will be taught. Senior data science engineer, machine learning with Python, right? So salary is not disclosed. Let us see the companies who disclose the salary. You can see senior Python node developer, microservice architecture, 4 to 9 lakh CTC. Right, a salary of 4 to 9 lakh CTC. We have Django big data engineers, 12 to 18 lakh CTC, right? And there is a lot of room for freshers out in the industry. Freshers can also apply and get around 4 to 6 lakh CTC, right from the word go, right? And let us say let's see what Naukri.com says. Naukri.com also has good amount, 15 to 20 lakh CTC, fresher training network support, passing to 2020, right? You can see right here. So it has, you can see quite many demands. If you see 23 jobs, so we can see here more than 978 jobs, right? And go here and we say many 559 jobs, 5 to 10 lakh per year, right? And what are we going to touch in the session so that you also not only become familiar. Our job is not to make you guys familiar, but to give you guys ample amount of knowledge and training so that you get ready for the next job market. Because what we do, we take all the requirements of the job market and we train you as per the requirements of the job market, so that you're not only ready for the industry but for any job market or any hindrance that you may face in the near future. Apart from making you professionals, we try and urge to make you guys problem solvers. We try to make you guys as IT professionals and IT we can say solution providers, right? And also those who continue with us till the end will also become problem designers and problem solving engineers. We'll try and give you the best, and it depends on you. It depends on the amount of hard work you do back home, right? Because you do not have anything else these days, because we are locked down inside homes. So it would be better for us to utilize this time for something positive, right? And demand is there. You just have to make yourself ready for the demand. And what you have to understand here, that watching lectures is not going to be sufficient. Practicing lectures is going to be sufficient. So in today's from today, we shall not be focusing on only studying and memorizing things, but learning them by practicing them practically. And inshallah, you will work like, and you will move ahead like a pro. Monster.com has some jobs also, and many different jobs. So jobs is not a problem as long as Python is concerned. The demand is more and the supply is less. If the industry requires 3,000 professionals and those 3,000 professionals are not ready, right? So that's why I said the demand is more and the supply is less. And what's the how do we go ahead with this? And since this is a free program and we have limited resources, I repeat, you'll have to understand, we have very limited resources. What we can do, deliver and teach you guys free, and make sure that we are also doing our bit as a training institution to utilize and to give our students what they are worth for, right? So we already know, since our institution has already trained over 3 lakh professionals, right? Since 1997 we have already trained 3 lakh professionals, and we know your worth, right? So you all are aspiring students, or you all have that worth of learning, and you all are, and we take you guys as huge asset. And as I said, huge asset, that means each and every student of ours is never ever behind us. Our students are always ahead of us. We are actually behind our students, right? What we believe, that if the student is successful, we are successful, right? So if you're not successful, we as an institution are not successful. So in order for us to be successful, it all depends on how successful you are, right? And do not take this as a part-time thing, because this is something which is really in demand, right? And you guys have to work not that hard, but you guys have to at least practice a bit, so that you once become familiar with all the coding techniques, once you become familiar with all the programming techniques, then you'll not find and face any problem with all the concurrent and ongoing classes, right? So let's get started and see what is the agenda. Anaconda and Python. Anaconda is the framework and Python is the scripting language we will be learning. Now, as you know, this is all free for aspiring students, but we have only limited resources, and all the training which is given free is limited to some extent, right? So getting started with Python for 9 days will be absolutely free. Scripting and object oriented using Python 3.7 for 8 days will be absolutely free. MySQL database connectivity tools for 3 days will be absolutely free. So now we have this which is coming under us, right? Right, so this is coming under us, and we kept everything free. Now if any one of you demands certification, we are not going to earn anything out of it, but still, if any one of you demands certifications, right, for that we cannot give merit certifications without you qualifying an online examination. Only when you qualify online examination will you be able to demand certification, and for that nothing of the training fee, right? Not even 1 rupee out of the training fee has to be deposited. Only online examination fees, which is 800, and certification charges just for printing and doing every single thing is rupees 650. And this is only for those who want to get certifications, right? Okay, and the certifications will be as that of merit certifications jointly given by Interface Technologies and NIIT Limited. Okay. Now, all those who have now passed the examination will carry on with data sciences and data analytics. So they have the syllabus right here. Getting started with Anaconda and Pandas, absolutely free. Using NumPy libraries for scientific computing, absolutely free. Interactive visualizations using Matplotlib, absolutely free. Data exploration techniques using Python. I'll give you an example what are data exploration techniques. So if you see this website right here, covid19india.org, and what you see right here is the analysis being done over COVID-19 affected patients and people in India. You can see West Bengal today has 4, total has 26. And now you can see this data visualization. That's why I have mentioned it here. Interactive visualization using Matplotlib. This is what we do using Matplotlib. In India, COVID-19 started from here, and now you can see it's going down, but it's rising. You can see it's rising. Right, deaths are a bit flat, but yeah, active is also rising, and recovered is not rising. You can see the graph of recovery is quite low as that of the active and confirmed cases. And now you can see you have analysis of data being done. And this is matplotlib visualizations. When I put my mouse over Maharashtra, 17.50% from Maharashtra out of 1100 affected. Now if you can see Jammu and Kashmir, 3.46% from Jammu and Kashmir. So this is data visualization here. This is cumulative and this is daily. If you see the daily progress, you can see it is rising here. Now let us see. In India, it all started in 2nd of February when you had 0 deaths and 1 positive. On 30th March, you can see, on 2nd of February, you had 2. On 3rd of February, 3 detected. And let us go ahead. On 14th March, 13th March, total was 91 COVID positive patients. And 16th March, 127 COVID positive patient. Now see how the graph is rising here. So these are data visualization techniques in Python. And you can see the graph of recovered it's also rising, because when it is rising, this is also rising. But you can see, data visualization techniques, right? And you can download the database and start doing analytics over Pandas right here using Python, right? So this is what I have written here. This is exactly what I mean. Let's go back. So interactive visualizations using Matplot is also free. Data exploration techniques using Python is also free. That means all the trainings are free. Training here is absolutely free, and training here is absolutely free for data sciences as well, right? And only those who want to be certified, merit certifications. Imagine all the certifications provided by us are global certifications. All those who want certifications will upgrade to artificial intelligence engineering, and here certifications are also the same, rupees 800 for this certification, right? And rupees 650 for certifications, and online exam fee will be rupees 800. So we're not charging for trainings here, but yeah, this is out of control here, so we do not control this amount, right? Because online examinations and the rest has to be charged. And now if anyone who wants to upgrade to artificial intelligence engineering, complete program of artificial intelligence engineering, so including books and every single thing, so 6900, and merit certification will be rupees 1400, right? So we will be starting with getting started with Python. We'll be starting it for 9 days using Python programming, and let's carry on with first 20 days and see the things we can learn in first 20 days, and then decide accordingly. But what we will try and do is as much knowledge as we can, and we'll try and go very slow, because we know that maximum of you are not aware of programming, right? And I assure that this programming is going to be fun. It's going to be quite easy, right? More easy than one would have ever thought it to be. But since you still have to be attentive, right, and you have to respond and acknowledge and answer whenever it's asked for, right? So let's get started. I'll try and close this, and to get started, I will go to my slide number 1, which is chapter number 1, Introduction to Python. Now what is Python, right? You can see at the end of the session, you'll be able to access importance of Python, get started with Python environment, understand Python interactive mode and scripting interface, understand variables, constructs and indentation, and rest of the things. So let's get started. Right, it's a very high-level object-oriented language. Those who do not know what's object-oriented will come to know in the concurrent classes. Now, why is Python so famous? Why is Python so famous? As I said, it's easy to read and write the program with Python. Other than any other language, let's say Java, C++, many languages are there, and this language is more easy and yet effective, right? Because it's similar to Perl, right? Perl is also a language, right? And it's not only a programming language, it's a scripting language. All right, so what scripting is, what object-oriented is, all those who are not aware will come to know in the concurrent classes. Okay, key features. Python focuses on readability. And what is readability? An ability of a normal individual, an ability of a normal individual and someone who has just started with IT and programming. Will he be able to read? Yes. Almost everyone who has just started, will be able to read and learn Python programming like a pro, right? And now, without wasting much of your time, let's get started with practicals. Theoreticals will happen, but we need to enjoy it. Unless you're enjoying what you are doing, so there's no fun, right? To get started, I will go to python.org. This is the website here, python.org, python.org. And then we'll go to the download section, right? So I repeat, I'll go to python.org. Let me see and wait. Okay, now you can see the download section. I'll go to download section and download Python 3.8. We're not going to download 3.8 because it's still not completely released. Okay, we can download Python 3.7. And to download, you have to click on the download link. After clicking the download link, move downwards and select your operating system, right? So since maximum of you are using Windows, so I will just insist on downloading this Windows x86. So let me magnify it for you. Okay, now let's see. So we will be downloading this Windows x86 64 executable installer. I repeat, Windows X. What is X? It's 86-bit architecture and 64-bit architecture executable installer. So once you have downloaded it, right, so you need to install it. Right. Okay. Who would have thought that in these circumstances, at the start of season, today is the last day of financial year 2019, and who would have ever thought that we would be starting a new financial year back homes, right? And okay, let's get started. Now, after downloading Python, you'll get this warning right here. Do you want to run? You'll click on run and install Python 3.7.0 64-bit. Right, so you can click here on install. Or the first thing that I forgot to show you, let me show you again. Click and open the installer, run the file, add Python 3.7 to path. I repeat, please check this. I add Python 3.7 to path. You have to check this and then say install now, right? Right, so because there are some issues, I cannot reinstall it because I have already installed it, right? So I repeat, right, I cannot install it because I have already installed it, right? I'll say run, add Python, right, install now, and the rest will be done automatically. Right, so you'll have to follow the steps. You are good at installing softwares and every single thing inside your computer. After the installation is done, you can type IDLE idle. You can see this idle is here, Python 3.7 64-bit, or you can type Python directly, right? Python 3.7. Right, you can check anything. So let us say we're not doing this, so let's go to command prompt. Right, and type Python. That's the first thing that you can do. Now you can see the Python cursor is here, or you can go to the Python command prompt. Python is already ready, or you can go to idle. So what we will be trying to do is getting started with idle 3.7 64-bit. So this is our job now, right? So we'll be starting programming with idle, IDLE. So it's an ID for Python. ID is Integrated Development Environment, right? You require an environment wherein you can write all of your code, right? You require good kind of environment wherein you can write all of your code. For example, if I write 1 plus 1, how much is 1 plus 1? 1 plus 1 is 2, right? So this is how quickly Python responds. Now, do you find anything difficult here? Please respond and tell me if anything difficult. Is anything difficult here? Right? No, nothing is difficult here. So it's very good. Now if I type 10 plus 2, that is 12. Is anything difficult here? No. If I can add, I can subtract as well. 10 minus 2, 8. What if I do 2 minus 10? I get minus 8, right? Because 2 minus 8 will always give minus 8 results, because you are having a bigger number being subtracted by a smaller number. In that case, you are going to get minus result, right? Okay. Let us try a few more things. Let me try this. 10 multiplied by 2. What is the answer? 10 into 2 is 20. And now if I type 10 into 3 is 30, right? So this is multiplication, this is subtraction. I don't want to go too deep into theoreticals and every single thing, because once you start practicing, you'll have those questions, right? And that are going to be answered. And while doing practicals, we are going to discuss theoreticals, right? I don't want to bore you guys, because you're sitting back home. You expect to get more value of time out of these lectures. So I value your time, and I'll show you what is required. And when it comes to theoreticals and defining theoreticals, I shall be very content, and I shall be very eager to define them in a language, in simple language, a language that you guys can understand. So don't worry about that. Okay. Alright, so now we have 10 multiplied by 3 is 30. I can say 10 divided by 2 is 5.0. Why did I get 5.0? Why didn't I get 5? Because 10 divided by 2 is 5, not 5.0. That you may say, right? No, because whenever we divide, we have to remember two things. One is as that of, you can say, quotient and remainders, right? Do you remember the mathematics? Okay. We were doing that mathematics. We are quite used to mathematics, and we still have an idea of mathematics. We have learned in 10th and 12th class maybe, or maybe during board days, we have already learned that. So if I say 10 divided by 3, now we can see I am getting 3.3. And what is this known as? These are known as floating variables, right? Sorry, these are known as floating variables, right? And floating variables are basically the decimal number. So this dot here is known as dotted decimal notation, right? I repeat, dotted decimal notation. If you do not want to get floating variables, so I can do a floor division. 10 divided by 2. Double slash will only give me 5. Single slash is giving me floating point representation, that is float values. And now what are float values? Those values who have dotted decimal notations, right? Because it's not always 5 divided by 3, or maybe 10 divided by 3 is not going to give me exact results always. If I say 10 divided by 5, it's going to give me 2.0, right? So you'll have to remember this always. Okay, let me just show you this here, right? So I'm not going to get desired results. Yes, if you want to get exact value, you can type 10 double slash 5. You will get 2. Instead of getting 2.0, you are getting 2. So that means it is called as floor division, right? What do you call this as? This is called as floor division, right? And what else can we do here using Python is whatever you guys think. So now that is the beauty of programming. That is the beauty of Python, right? That is the beauty of Python, that we can do anything and everything that we guys think we can do, right? Anything means in programming, right? I want to develop, hardware. I want to control the electricity of my entire home or my entire room using programming. How can you control that? You'll say, I'll have timing set. I sleep at 10, I want my lights to shut off, or I want my lights to turn off automatically at 10, right? And whenever I get up, I want my lights to sense that I am getting up. I want them to open automatically, right? When I sleep, I want my television to get closed automatically, right? So you can control machines also. Not only you can control your computer, right? It's 10 plus 10 is just a start. We're just starting. with knowing what programming is. Programming means if 10 is equivalent to 10, do this. If 10 is not equivalent to 10, do that. If and else statements, right, known as conditional formatting. But you have no idea about the things that we can do, using Python. We can do many different things, right? We can control a car, right? You can see Raspberry Pi. Why is Raspberry Pi known as Raspberry Pi? Raspberry means the company and Pi means Python, right? So sky is the limit. I do not have educate or I do not find any adequate words to define what or to describe the things that we can do using Python language, right? But it's sufficient for you to know that whatever you see in front of you can be done. For example, we have a car, right? Have you seen the reverse parking sensors of car work? Right. So reverse parking sensors of car, we can develop those, we can talk to those and many different things, right? Okay, it's Azan going on here, so I'll pause for Azan and come back after 5 minutes. All right, so since the Azan is over, so that gives us ample time to start back. Okay, what we have seen so far are 4 arithmetic operators: plus, minus, multiply, divide, which is floating point division, and we have floor division, right? I repeat, I'll show you again. As I said, I shall be as slow as you want, right? 10 plus 10, 20. 10 minus 10, okay, double minus. 10 minus 10, 0, okay? 20 minus 10, 10. 10 into 2, 20. 10 divided by 2, 5.0. If you do not want point, you can do floor division, which is this, double slash, and you'll get exact integer values rather than getting floating values, right? So this is what we have learned so far, and I'm going to give you ample amount of time. Just take 10 minutes to download. I know that your internet connection is very slow. I literally sympathize you with your sorrow and with the speed that we are getting at this moment in time. But yeah, since we have that passion, vim, and we have that adrenaline rush to start with programming Python, so we'll have to give it a time, right? So let's start downloading it. Maybe in 30 minutes or maybe 30 odd minutes, you will see that the file is downloaded. It's actually 20 MB to be more precise. So you will see, once the file is downloaded, install, run ideally, and do this, and that's all what you have to do. I'm going to give you a good amount of time. No need to worry about that. But let me give you some perspective right here. What we can use machine learning for? What are the things we can use machine learning for? We can use machine learning for, or we can use Python rather. We can use Python for graphical user interface software development. We can use Python for web application development. We can develop web applications like Gmail, Amazon easily without any hindrance and without any difficulty. We can develop them, and it's a very high level language, and yet effective and very easy to learn. But it is high level language, right? And now that Java basically came after Python. Python came in 1989. Python was first introduced in 1989, and Java was introduced much after that, maybe in 1992. So it's the oldest language. The only fact that this language is now taking roles in the IT industry is because the language is very easy. So now scientists don't want to spend much time in learning programming languages. They don't want to spend, or they don't want their employees, companies do not want their employees to spend much time in learning programming language, and that Python is the easiest language available, right? And it's very simpler than C, simpler than C++, simpler than Java, right? And what versions do we have? We have Python version number 1.0 was officially launched in 1994. Then 2.0 was officially launched in 2000, and now we have 3.xx. Like xx means 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, and the version that we will be working with is 3.7. Right, and this is 3.7 version 3.0, 3.1, 3.2 is available since 2008. Right. Right, now what is a language? You know that language is the means of communication. Right, language is something that we speak to make others understand what we really mean. It's basically a means of communication. And if we have that Kashmiri is the official language of Kashmir, and we have in India many languages being spoken, all has one goal: to make others understand what we want or what we mean. To communicate to each other is what the goal or the language is for. Now, in computers, what does language do? Right? What is the main role of language in computers? Similar to what we do, what we individuals do, right? The job of the language using computers is talk to computer, right? As simple as anything, right? Okay, so let's go back to IDLE. Right, since you have understood all those things, now there are many different things that we can also do using Python. Right, we can even do 2 power of 3. Right? What does it indicate? 2 3 times. 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8. So this is power of, right? Okay, right, and quotient 10, floor division 3 will give you the quotient. How to get the remainder? 10 modulus 3 will give you the remainder. As simple as anything, as simple as anything. Right, and now what I want from you guys is, as soon as you finish off this lecture, we will be opening your group. Please put your attendance, right, and mark your attendance. Attendance is very essential and very necessary for certification purpose. And if you find any change, if you want any change in the lecture delivery process, let us know in the comment section. As I said already, that your feedback is highly appreciated, and that is going to help us create better content and better videos and better online lectures for you guys, so that you get benefited, right? So at the end of the day, all we want is all the viewers and all the students getting benefited up to the extent possible. All right, so please cooperate, and please let us know if we can help you guys in some other way as well. And second, do watch all the lectures, and practice all the lectures before the next lecture is delivered, right? So you have to complete practicing the previous lecture before the next lecture is delivered. So I'm not going to give you much. I'm not going to train you for anything else today, because I still remember that you guys have to download the Python version, and then plus you still have to download the video, which is going to take good amount of time. Right, and do your best to download first and to practice, and let us know if we can help you guys. I was with you, and I shall be with you throughout the course. My name is Fahim Khan. I repeat, you can personally message me, or you can leave a message in the comment section. We shall be very, very much ready to respond, right, as quickly as possible. Right, wish you guys a very good luck, and wish you guys happy programming, happy learning. See you in the next class. Bye bye, take care.